to the emergency.
Yes. My son just called me, and he told me he died in North Carolina. He killed his baby, and he's in the house.
Okay, you said that he told you he killed his baby? Okay, ma'am, listen.
Rain clung to the windows of the small county police station, streaking down the glass like the tears Detective Mara Ellison refused to shed. She stared at the file in front of her, 2 photographs paper. Please subscribe our channel A Story a Day, and drop your comment we're from you watching our stories. Thank you clipped together. A girl, a baby, both gone. And one name sat at the center of it all like a poison, Charles Avery. People in town spoke his name with respect, even admiration. A wealthy contractor, a devoted father, a man who built homes for the poorest families, a man who smiled too easily, talked with perfect charm, and hid beneath it all a darkness no one imagined, no one except Lena, the daughter he raised alone after her mother died when she was just a toddler. Neighbors always admired their closeness, how Lena followed him like a shadow, how he protected her fiercely. They said he adored her. They said she was his world. They didn't know how literal that was. Mara closed her eyes, remembering the day Lena walked into the station 6 months earlier. The girl was trembling, clutching a baggy sweatshirt around her body like a shield. Her eyes were swollen from crying. "I need help," she whispered. I can't go back home." Mara guided her gently to a private room. "You're safe here. Tell me what's happened." Lena's voice cracked. "My dad, he married me." Mara felt the world tilt. She had heard confessions before, dark ones, but something about the broken way. Lena said those words carved into her chest. "He told me it was legal, that it was love, that no one would understand us if we told them," Lena continued, tears slipping down her cheeks. "But I didn't have a choice. I never had a choice." Mara steadied her breathing. "And the baby?" Lena hesitated. Her hand drifted unconsciously to her stomach. "He said the baby would bind us forever, that God had chosen us. I tried to run once. He found me. He said if I tried again, he'd take everything from me. Fear, submission, isolation. These were the tools Charles had used." Mara had opened a protection case immediately, fighting like hell to keep Lena hidden. But Charles was cunning, powerful. The courts needed more evidence. Lena needed more courage. And time she never really had. Because 1 week ago, Lena disappeared. And today, she and her baby were found? Detective Mara stood at the threshold of the abandoned cabin where the bodies were found. The air was heavy, thick with damp timber, and the metallic scent she would never grow numb to. A single lantern still glowed on the table, its weak light flickering like a trembling heartbeat. Someone had left it only minutes before the police arrived. Charles Avery. He had vanished again. Mara's jaw tensed as memories of Lena's trembling voice echoed through her mind. The girl had tried so hard to believe there was a world beyond her father's control. She had whispered dreams of becoming a nurse, of raising her baby away from fear, of finally breathing freely. But Charles had always been the cage she could never fully escape. And now, too late, Mara stood inside the final chapter of Lena's life. Across the room, Officer Daniels approached quietly. "We found a note," he murmured. "On the bed." Mara swallowed hard. "Show me." The note was written in Charles's neat, controlled handwriting, the kind of handwriting used by people who hide monsters behind manners. "If I can't have her, no one can. We were a family chosen by God, and she turned against me. This world corrupted her. I had to save her from it." Mara crumpled the paper, rage burning through her veins. "He didn't save her," she whispered. "He killed her." Daniels hesitated. "There's more." He handed her a second piece of paper, a small drawing, crayon lines uneven but gentle, a baby's scribble, and beside it, shaky handwriting, Lena's. "If anything happens to me, please take care of my baby. Tell him I tried." Mara felt her breath break. She knelt beside the small crib in the corner, the crib where the child had been found lifeless. Tucked in as if sleeping, a blanket with tiny stars was folded neatly over him, as if Lena had wrapped him with the last warmth she had. Suddenly outside, footsteps pounded on the wet leaves. Mara's instincts snapped. She rushed outside, hand on her holster. There, near the trees, was Charles. His clothes were soaked from the rain, his hair plastered to his forehead. But his smile was eerily calm. "You can't stop God's plan, Detective," he said softly. Mara stepped forward. "This wasn't God. This was you." Charles raised his hand slowly, mockingly. She belonged to me. Those were the last words he ever spoke, because Daniels tackled him from behind, and the three officers finally restrained the man, who had stolen an entire life, and then destroyed it. Mara looked back at the cabin, at the broken story she could not rewrite. But she vowed one thing: Lena would never be forgotten, and Charles Avery's name would never again be spoken with respect. Not now, not ever.